right, well, we told you a couple minutes ago at this point, maybe a little bit longer than that, but we were going to talk about Jeepers Back the Blue coming up. We always keep our promises.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to talk about this year's event. We have on the CoastLife couch with us today, Jeff Lehnert, the founder. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always an honor talking to you. I've talked with you and worked with you a few times about Jeepers. It is such a cool group that you have, such a great event, Jeepers Back the Blue. Tell us just a little bit about your organization and your goals and what you all do.
All right, so we're a nonprofit. Started basically back in 2017. The Corporal Ballard was a Delaware State Trooper who was killed in the line of duty. I ran a Jeep club at the time. I wanted to pay tribute to him, so I put together a Jeep convoy. Started down at the Dover Motor Speedway, and we went up to his troop up in Troop 2. We had about 75 Jeeps show up, and it was like a very emotional journey. Like people got there and people were crying because his widow was there, stepdaughter was there and everything. And then everyone's like, man, you got to do this again. Like it was such a powerful feeling because Jeep people really support law enforcement. So I decided to do it the next year, but I wanted to end it on a positive note. So I organized a law enforcement appreciation event, and it kind of blew up. So we went from 75 Jeeps the first year to 709 Jeeps the second
Holy
year.
moly. Oh my God. It really did blow up.
Yeah.
I was like expecting 200. You know, I was going to be like, wow, but no.
700 is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we raised some money that we used to help officers. There were 3 officers that year that had passed away in the state of Delaware off duty. And they all had kids at home, and we're like, hey, let's help these guys out because they don't quite get the same benefits as if a line of duty death happens. But at the same point, Delaware State Police said, man, that was such an amazing event, but you can't do that again because we screwed up traffic so much in Newcastle County. I mean, we grinding halt, everything like that.
Yeah,
it happens.
So we had ticked off enough people that they said, all right, do it someplace else. So we got together with the people at Dover Motor Speedway and we created the Jeepers Back the Blue Jamboree.
Perfect. That's such a great spot to have it.
It really is.
You can have as many Jeeps out there going as, I guess, as fast or slow as you want. In a confined area, it's perfect.
Absolutely.
I love that you mentioned too, though, that officers, specifically maybe who are injured off duty, because of course it's so important to focus on those injured on duty, but I mean, just being, I'll say a police officer, for example, I mean, it puts so much on your body, on your mind, that you're prone to accidents and things happening outside of work. So what's the response been from family members and other officers who have seen what you're doing?
It's been overwhelming. When I started it, I didn't want to just make it a local thing. I wanted to try to broaden it up and make it reach across the country. To date, we've helped families in 25 different states.
Wow.
And so we look for families of officers that pass away from cancers, car accidents. We've had drownings and bee stings, just simple things like that. Reach out to the department, offer them a check for $10,000 to give to the family, and then they do the presentation for them if we can't do it ourselves.
Wow.
But the response from, I talked to a lot of widows. They've actually come to our event. A couple years ago, I got called up to our registration tent, and normally that's a bad thing because somebody's got to complain or something like that. And I walk up there and there's this woman with a 9-month-old baby. And she was the widow of a Virginia state trooper that we had just helped.
Oh my gosh.
She wanted to come up to our event to thank us in person. Didn't tell anybody. And so it was just one of those moments, like we had a hug that lasted like 5 minutes because there was so much emotion in it and so much feeling behind it. And then her daughter, we put an honor wall. So we basically have everybody's picture up at the event. And so there's a picture of the mother with her daughter, and the daughter's reaching out and touching her father's face.
No, here we go.
And it was like, I saw that and it just like melted my heart. And it was just like, wow. I was like, and this is why we do what we do. And to honor these people and the fact that these widows get to see them continue to be honored year after year means a lot to them. That they just didn't get lost in the shuffle.
Wow.
So for people who are hearing this conversation and inspired and want to give back, how can they get involved with Jeepers Back the Blue?
We have a website, jeepersbacktheblue.org, but we have a big upcoming event on September 7th and 8th at Dover Motor Speedway. If you're a Jeep owner, we'd love to have you out there. You get to drive your Jeep around the track. We've got live music, we've got camping, we've got vendors, food trucks. This year we have the world's largest rubber duck is going to be there.
Amazing.
What?
65 feet tall, 61 feet wide, and 70 feet long.
That is so cool.
And Jeep owners are going to get to come up and park their Jeep in front of the duck and take their pictures with it.
So
that is so cool.
But it's also open to the public too. You do have to pre-register. You go on our website, jeepersbacktheblue.org. Go to the page, find out. You can register with a Jeep for track rides, or just as a non-Jeep owner to come and enjoy the festivities and help a good cause.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. I don't have a Jeep. I've been. It is a blast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like it.
So much fun. So yeah, definitely go sign up. Jeep or no Jeep, go do it. It's so incredible. And thank you for what you do. I mean, it's probably just a simple act of like, right, you can hand someone a check, but you're changing lives forever. So it's absolutely incredible what you do every day.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Of course.
One of the things is locally, we said we always want to help other states, but we always primarily like to help our local officers. I was with probation and parole for 25 years, just retired a couple years ago. In the past year and a half, I've had to have 2 of my coworkers that passed away. We had Todd Mumford was an officer who fell out of his deer stand and accidentally got shot.
No, oh my gosh.
And then Officer Jen Bolin died of colorectal cancer. Both of them have children at home, and to sit there and be in the position to be able to help them financially was good, and it was just awesome. I never expected it to be so close to home.
Definitely, definitely. Well, it's close to home for a lot of people, more than you know. So make sure you guys really go to that event. It's such a serious cause, but it is so fun. You're gonna feel so good giving back. So Jeepers Back the Blue, go to their website, have a great time at the event, and Jeff, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me, I appreciate it.
Anytime. All right, you guys, coming up, we're gonna do some cooking. Yeah, so hope you're hungry. We'll be back in just a minute.